Again, today we will look at the letter F, which we pronounce free in our dialect or language. F. Now, as we did the other ones, let us form words with the letter F. And the first on our list is fare. Fare, F-A-R-I. That is to say, to beat a drum. Orakwa fare, he is beating a drum. In Aqua Fare, they are beating drums. Fare, F-A-R-I. Now here, the A has a stress mark that is rising from left to right. And the I also, the stress mark on it is rising from left to right. But under the I, there is a dot to indicate that it is the A we will be learning when we get to I. Then we have another word spelled the same as fare, to beat drum. Is fare also, F-A-R-I. And the marks on the vowels are the same. So they are pronounced the same. But in this case, it is not to beat drum, but it is to sharpen a knife. When you are sharpening a knife, we say, Agijimi eyane fariabe, kingime eyane fariabe. Now, these two words are pronounced the same, but it depends on how you are using them in your sentences. He is beating a drum, Orakwa fariabe. She is sharpening a knife, Akingi fariabe, and Kanaka Agiji fariabe. The next we will look at is fair, F-E. F-E, fair. The stress mark on it is rising from left to right with a dot under the E. Now, this is the second E we just did. So it will be fair. And fair means to buy or a market. Fair. Now, we will come to this market as we go along. Now, let us look at Febo. Febo. F-E-B-O. Febo means a buyer, somebody who is buying, a buyer. And then the stress marks are all, now the first E, or the E, it is the mark on it is rising from left to right. And then the O is pronounced O. It's pronounced O. It has a dot under it. Buyer. The next is fetchiri. Fetchiri. A fetchery is a marketplace or a market square, and it is spelled F-E-C-H-I-R-I. Fetchery. The E has a dot under it, and then a rising stress mark from left to right. The two I's, they have stress marks that are rising from left to right, so it will pronounce high. Fetchery, fetchery, a marketplace. Note that here the eyes do not have dots. Like I said, we will come to that when we get to the eye series. We have also two eyes as we have in the case of ease. Then we have Feni, Feni, F-E-N-I, Feni. A Feni is a bird, the bird that flies. It is, like I said, spelled F-E-N-I, and the E has a stress mark that is rising from left to right. Also the I. But there's another word that is pronounced the same as Feni or Feni. That is F-E-N-I-I. F-E-N-I-I. The other one is F-E-N-I, bird. But this one is F-E-N-I-I. Customer. Feni. That is a dot under all the vowels. That is the E and the double I. And the stress marks on them are all rising. Then come to think of another word that is Fenibor. The other one we say Feni, that's a customer. Then we have Fenibor, which is either a trader or a customer. It is spelled F-E-N-I-B-O. F-E-N-I-B-O, Fenibor. The E and the I, the stress marks on them are rising from left to right, and they all have dots under them. However, the O has a stress mark that is falling from left to right and a dot under it. So it is Fenibor. The O is falling when you're pronouncing it, is falling, or it's slow. Fenibor. And that's O because it is O, that's why we have O, a dot under it. Then we have Fibor, F-I-B-O. Fibor means a dead person, someone who has died. So the body is called Fibor. The I and the O, the stress marks on them are falling from left to right with dots under the vowels. Then we also have Fibor. Notice that the Fibor, which is F-I-B-O, is the same spelling as Fibor, F-I-B-O. But in this case, the I in the second F-I-B-O is rising. And what does it mean? It means somebody who eats. Somebody who is eating. Fibor, eater. Fibor. The spellings are the same, but the pronunciations are different. One is Fibor, dead person. Fibor, somebody who is eating, or eater. And they all have dots under the vowels. So you have to differentiate. You have to distinguish these two by the way you use them in the in your sentences. The next one is Fiye. F-I-Y-E. Fiye is food. The I and the E, they all have rising stress marks on them from left to right, while the I has a dot under it, the E hasn't, because we are saying fiye. So it is the first E here we are talking about. Then another one is fuku. 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 It means to jump. Fuku. F-U-K-U. The two U's. The first one has a falling stress mark from left to right, and the second one has rising from left to right. Now, here we do not have dots under the U's. Like with the case of E and I or O, we have two U's. One is U, the one is O. So this is fuku, to jump. Then we have the same spelling but pronounced differently, is foko. Foko. F-U-K-U. Foko means somebody who is tight-handed, who is miserly, somebody who does not want to share his or her thing with any other person. Foko. Bebobe or foko me. Maboma a foko me. And you can say Bebobe barakurome is tight-handed, is miserly. Now the two U's here, the first one has a rising stress mark on it from left to right with a dot under the U. Then the second U after the K has a level stress mark and a dot under it. Foko. Then we have foro. Foro. F-U-R-U. F-U-R-U. Foro. Meaning something that is smelling. Bad odor. Foro. Here the first U has a stress mark that is rising from left to right with a dot under it, and the second U has a level stress mark on top of it and a dot under it. Now we still have another word that has the same spelling with it but pronounced differently. That is furu. Furu means to steal. To steal. So here the U's do not have dots under them, and the two U's have rising stress marks above them, that is rising from left to right. So here we have furu, foro, foko, fuku. So please take note of these things. The reason why I brought things like this that are having the same spelling but different pronunciation, so that you will know how they are spelled and how they are pronounced.